and so it's kind of like a No Child Left Behind, like, U.S. education thing. September has not been a good month to me. I have only finished 2 books, and I've just been feeling very unmotivated, and then also, like, I'm not connecting with what I'm reading, and I don't know if it's just because of what books that I picked to read this month or what, but because this video is going to be so short in like the summary recommendation part, I'm just gonna go through what I did read, why I DNF some of the books, and then what books I'm looking at to try and pull me out of the slump, if that makes sense. The first book that I read this month was Your Skin Was Once Mine and Other Disturbances by LaRocca. Now, from my understanding, I'm pretty sure he also wrote, I'm just gonna look for it and put it up here, but I have the vibe of it. But he also wrote this other book, but I haven't read that one yet. This is my first one, and it is a short story collection. It has 3 stories in it, and it is very odd folklore-esque type stories. The author's prose is very lyrical, but also sometimes distractingly so. I thought, for example, there was a couple of times where they would say one of the characters would glare at the other one or towards whoever was narrating, and then it would also add in a descriptor that did not really match the vibe of a glare. It kind of just pulled me out of the book every time, so that was just kind of weird. I did like how unpredictable the narrators were and their actions. I could not really tell a very deeper meaning to any of these, so I just felt like I wasn't really getting it necessarily. I wanted to know why they were doing this, and it was kind of just more to be shocking in my opinion, and the gory horror aspects of the stories, those are more squeamish, uncomfortable rather than full on murders and stuff. I really don't have much more to say than that, honestly. I read this at the beginning of the month. Nothing really stood out to me or made a lot of sense to me, so it was fine. Then I read and DNF'd The Unwritten Rule by Samantha Hunt, and you've been here, I know what you're gonna say, because I have read 3 of her books so far this year, and I have given all of them glowing reviews because they are so good. But I will say this one is nonfiction. That's also why I was excited to read it, because it was going to count towards my nonfiction goal. But she has the same style type of writing, which I was expecting. But I found it really hard to understand what was going on or keep up with everything that she was saying with her style of writing, but in the non-linear, directionless stream of consciousness writing. I kept falling asleep trying to read this book. I literally think I read the prologue and part of the first chapter. I couldn't even remember what I was reading. It was my eyes were glazing over. I'm so sorry, but I could not do this one. And then I read Scrap by Calla Henkel. And if you watched my reading vlog, I literally forced myself to do that vlog to finish that book, and it was not good. I was going like this, and whenever I had first finished it, because towards the end, it was really getting me, oh my god, this is fucking crazy. But none of anything else outweighed that, and it was not good. Like, she was really annoying, and then a couple different, like, Trump and co mentions in there. And then there's also, like, they mentioned Ivanka Trump, and then one of them is a TikToker and literally says something and does a TikTok dance just out in the open, no camera. She can literally tell who's a lesbian based on their appearance and is never proved wrong. That is a superpower if I have ever seen one. Are not proved wrong when it comes to like true crime and stuff. She's like, oh, I listen to a lot of true crime. I can think like an investigative journalist or whoever's doing the podcast. And like, it just gave me so much secondhand embarrassment. I had a hard time actually like getting through it from some of the stuff that she decided to do. This really reminded me of the Pisces, in which the character would have like random bouts of like clarity on her actions, but then it was immediately and repetitively disregarded every single time. So like, that's just not enjoyable for me. I'm just watching the hamster running the wheel, you know? There's no movement. As shit's going down, I'm in it, right? Why does it tell me the exact plot of Gone Girl and then goes, does this plot remind you of anything? One, I've never read Gone Girl. I've like never thought about reading it, but now if I wanted to read it, I know what happens because she told me, which is so like, it dates the book. It's also so uncreative, and then like, yes, the book's been out for a long time, but I still don't deserve to be spoiled on it reading just some random ass book. And like, that's not the only media that it talked about in length. Like, it went over like the synopsis of like different movies, and it was all in like the same area of time. And then it also name drops like a lot of brands, and I just think that dates a book really bad. I don't like that personally unless it makes sense, or if it has some kind of like historical accuracy or setting or whatever it's trying to do. There was no point to it. I started Fourth Ring by Rebecca Yarros. I'm so sorry to my sister. I read it because she told me it was required reading, and I think I'm like 260 something pages in there, but I just cannot like motivate myself to pick it up. I cannot like connect or care about these characters enough, and the pacing just feels very, very slow to me. Like, I'm not getting a lot of, Dragon War College. I'm getting more like melodrama. I'm not getting like, I don't know, it's like hard to explain because I know it's trying to do like a school type aspect, but I don't know. And then all the time she's like, oh, he's gonna kill me. Oh, he's gonna do this to me. When he's not laid like any malicious hand on her, they're like, oh, he's ruthless. What has he done but stand there? What has he done on page at all except stand there and be sarcastic? I mean, there was that one part in like their little sparring match, but I was like, I just don't understand why, if they're having to like enlist the first year dragon riders, why they're like allowing everyone to just get murdered. Like, I think it would make more sense, and I also think that this would bring a lot more like interesting development and tension to the story if, like, say this is the first year that they have decided that you can't just kill people because they're weak links, because they need every hand they can have. And so it's kind of like a No Child Left Behind, like, US education thing. And so, like, that's the reason why her mom forces her to be a dragon rider instead of being a scribe, is because, like, she has that protection, and now she's going to uphold, like, the family honor or whatever. It makes a lot more sense in my mind that that would be, like, a reason and would make sense, instead of her just telling her to get her ass in there. And then, like, not only that, but it would also cause animosity between the first years and their higher ups, because their higher ups have had to watch so many people that, like, they have worked with and cared for die. And now they're having some, like, soft bellies who are coming in and don't have that sort of life or death, like, I guess, strength that they have. So it's kind of like a generational divide also in that aspect. And I think that that would be an interesting, like, commentary on seniority and watching things be easier for people who are younger than you. Yeah, I just couldn't, like, suspend my disbelief enough, even, like, in, like, a fantasy setting, because it just does not really feel like a place to me. Like, I don't really know what any of the environment looks like, or, like, they'll be like, oh, this character does this all the time, blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, when? Because this is the first time seeing it, and you're not showing me, you're telling me. And that happens multiple times, or you're going through and it's like, oh, this character is suddenly, like, very vocal. Oh, they're dead and we're supposed to feel bad about it in the same chapter. Like, it just feels a little cheap. I just feel like relationships could be more intentional than just, I don't know, to push the plot. Because, like, nothing's really happening in the plot other than they're doing stuff and dying. So, I don't know. But I had to take a little break from that one too. I am going to go back and finish it. I just think that I need to be in a different headspace for it. But the straw that broke the camel's back, right? I don't have the book with me right now to get the specific quote, but there is a phrase where basically it's like, her hand is in a fist with no fingers out. I shit you not. I shit you not. Is that not what fist means? Like, a fist looks like this with no fingers out. You know, like, that just kind of, like, set me over the edge a little bit. I just kind of had to be done. I just couldn't do it. So now I'm trying to figure out what I should read to get out of the slump, because if I get hit with another whammy right now, I think I will take, like, another month break. So I am going to pick one of the books that I have picked out for my fall TBR, and I'm going to pick the one that I'm kind of most excited to read, and I'm hoping that this won't, like, fuck me, but I'm deciding I'm going to try and read Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. I've been thinking about wanting to read this for a long time, so I'm hoping, because of my interest, I won't have such a hard time, like, actually reading and getting through this one, because I am so close to my reading goal. I'm at, like, 37 of 40 books, and it's September. So it's like, I don't want to slow down and read less, because I love to read, and I just feel like if I'm not reading or doing my other hobbies, I'm kind of just wasting my time a little bit, which I know is, like, hustle culture, But I just really like understanding and learning, and I'm finding like a new appreciation of free will, that I can just learn stuff that I want to know. And that includes like getting better at reading and understanding books. And I made like a little classical literature poetry curriculum for myself, and this is part of it. So I'm hoping that that will give me the kind of push for motivation, because I did like reading Pride and Prejudice a lot. If this doesn't work, I'm probably going to try and read This Thing Between Us. But I guess, like usual, you'll see how it goes in the next one. Let me know if you've read any of these books or if you're planning on it and what you thought about them, because I would like to see some other perspectives on the Eric LaRocca book. I haven't gone through like reviews online of it yet, but I'm interested to hear what you guys think. Thank you for spending time with me today, and I hope you have a good day, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks.